Hello, welcome to my channel, Winged Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wayne. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right. Wow. All right. Love how that card popped out. What's hidden from the viewer that would be helpful? What's happening behind the scenes? Outcome and advice. Feels like searching for a specific card. That's the raven on my roof. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Let's turn these cards over, see what we're working with. All right, let's get to your reading. The overall energy of today's reading is the Queen of Swords. Discernment, inner discernment. Seeing things clearly. In the original Queen of Swords, she has the clouds going halfway up her body, but she's got the sword up and there's clarity. She can see things. The sword's up and there's also a hand out. Feels like she's willing to listen. But the moment something does not resonate, feels off, she uses that sword to cut ties. I'm also seeing an owl here. Can you see the owl here? It's training focus. The owl, though, is nighttime. Can see through the nighttime lack of clarity, see through the dark. Getting a real Athena vibe here. There's some wisdom that's coming in as well. All right. What does the viewer need to know about the Queen of Swords? Thank you. Knight of Cups, Four of Pentacles, reverse, Six of Pentacles. Inner discernment around some type of dream. Feels like someone else communicated something that sounds good in theory, felt good. Feels dreamy, imaginative. This is a great idea, but it looks like you're letting go of that idea. It's interesting that it's the idea. This feels like someone coming to you with an idea in that cup. That's why I'm a fantasy, an imagination, like, ooh, this is an idea. Ooh. But with the Four of Pentacles and the next two cards, Four of Pentacles reversed, Six of Pentacles, feels like this person knows how to imagine, knows how to bring you into your imaginary space, but they don't know how to bring that down into their base chakra. Bringing fantasy, bringing an idea into reality and making it real. And it looks like you have this inner discernment and you're letting go because it's just a fantasy. If they don't know how to take action and bring energy in and make it tangible in the 3D. And so it looks like you're investing elsewhere. You might have invested in this person Four of your Six Pentacles. Time, energy, like waiting for this person to manifest in the 3D what the idea. All right. Clear. Seven of Cups reverse. I think you're recognizing that this person is not an option. There's nothing in those cups. They're in reverse. This is not a good option. It's because it's just fantasy. And it looks like you have some inner discernment around this. All right, let's look at what's hidden. We've got the Four of Cups in reverse in what's hidden. Boy, that's a great illustration. This person's sitting here. You can't see the look on the face. Let's see if I can. And there's this cup, this offer that's coming in, and this person's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Yeah, I feel like George W. Bush with that. All I could see was that, and I couldn't deliver the funny. So anyway, so it looks like you might have a story, a belief. Someone fooled you once, maybe fooled you several times. Maybe there's been several Knight of Cups type of energies that have told you a fantasy, got you all excited about the possibilities, the potentials, but they can't deliver on that potential. But I'm getting that with Four of Cups upright, it looks, that's what this overall energy feels like. You have discernment, you're letting go of this person, but it feels like you're learning what boy, Eight of Cups in reverse. A lot of cup energy here. You're learning discernment around who can deliver on those promises and who keeps things up in fantasy to keep you kind of hooked in emotionally. To get you hooked in emotionally, so you're like, that sounds like such a great idea. I'm just going to keep... I don't want to let go of this because it sounds like the idea of it. I get the feeling that whoever this is to you, viewer, this Knight of Cups, that it sounded so good. It felt so good when they're talking about it, when you're both co-creating, imagining in that imagining space. It sounds amazing. And it feels like it's hard for you to walk away from that imagining and instead focus on the reality of what is real, tangible, their actions, their behavior in the 3D versus that idea. You can't live in fantasy. You can't. It feels like the discernment is, I need action. It's hard to let go of that. That initial idea. Boy, more cups. Five of Cups reverse. Boy, there's a lot. 4, 5, and 8 of Cups all reversed in what's hidden. Disappointment. A lot of emotions. Whose emotions are these? Thank you. 10 of Wands reverse. It feels like you're... Oh, these might be also... I mean, they're in the energy, but it looks like you're letting go, streamlining of a burden, someone who can't deliver, and they're inconsistent with their actions. They might do a tiny little bit, and you're like, all right. But then they just... it feels like they're hot and cold. They're not consistent with their actions. Tower. The fantasy is, the delusion is shattered. This isn't real. So the story of the Tower is that two people build a tower around themselves, brick by brick, creating a false reality inside that tower where those two people are. And so this lightning strikes the crown chakra of the tower. And the people inside plummet out of the tower falls. Because it's a false reality. It's not real. It's not real. It's not reality. And I feel like what's happening here with this discernment is someone fed you a falsehood, a fantasy. They might be really good at imagining, but they don't know how to put the work in and bring those fantasies into reality. And I think you're seeing that. Wow, 8 of Swords reverse. A lot of clarity. Boy, lots of clarity. Queen of Swords, 8 of Swords reversed, Tower. Those are all like epiphany, seeing through the confusion. Okay. There's also this energy. Yeah, it feels like someone who doesn't know how to go after what they desire. They might be really good in this watery kind of fantasy energy, but they don't know how to take actions. I get the feeling that you, viewer, are somebody that can imagine, but also take action on things and bring that energy into reality. And it feels like this person doesn't know how to do that. They might have promised or said that they could. Maybe that they hooked their wagon to you because they thought that you could do it, or with something like that. But it feels like a painful ending for this person. And then there's this Ace of Wands energy here, following excitement, taking action on whatever you're excited about. This Ace of Wands energy, so I learned this permission slip from Bashar years ago. Daryl Anka, he's online, probably here on YouTube. And he channels a alien named Bashar. I think he's been doing it for about 30 years. The messages are amazing. And so whenever I get an idea from anyone, like permission slips, like following your highest excitement, I give it a try. I spent a lot of time in science classes. And so give it an effort. Let's see if this works for me. And so I've been using this, following my highest excitement, for years now. And it's been life-changing, honestly. I think I was stuck at some point. I have a lot of compassion for this person who's just in imagining, but they can't bring the action down, because I was there at some point. Years ago. Here I am, a psychic, and so everything's kind of up here in the imagination, imagining how good things could be, manifesting, but I'm not fully taking action. We're in the 3D. We have bodies. We're in a physical reality, not just love and light out in the ethers. And so it's my belief, these are my beliefs, my belief that we created these bodies. We wanted a physical body and a physical reality, and we didn't want to just sit around and imagine things. That's a part of, but there's something about taking action here. And so it took me a while to figure out how to bring those ideas in, how to take action, not just being in fantasy. It feels great in fantasy, but how can you start taking action on what you say you want and who you want to be? And so I used the following my highest excitement. And when my vibration was too low to be inspired or excited, I used curiosity. And so I would follow that curiosity and go to take classes, follow that curiosity and start doing my own free online searches, investigate, follow that curiosity. And it's made a huge change. And just keep following. The other part of the following your highest excitement is without any need for it to, without any attachment to outcome, without needing it to lead anywhere, just enjoying taking the action, doing the action because it is your highest excitement. It's what you want to do right at that moment, right now. So if you're watching this right now, your highest excitement is watching a YouTube video, watching my video. And yay, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, and also if you could take action by commenting and liking this video, I'd really appreciate that. All right, moving on to the outcome and advice. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Wands in reverse. All right, I love these cards. It'll take me a while without my glasses to kind of recognize what the cards are. Okay, so the Knight of Cups came out upright in the overall energy, and now is coming up in reverse. Okay, so it feels like this person, they've got a lot of watery energy. They don't know how to process through emotions, and so everything keeps in fantasy, not in illusion, in imagining. There's Six of Wands in reverse, no action at all. Wow, Death card, Scorpionic energy. We are in Scorpio time. Happy birthday, Scorpios out there. Scorpio rising. And then World card, Three of Pentacles in reverse, coming out as a challenge to that Death card. It feels like this is a definite ending. The challenge is to leave this type of relating, of hooking into someone or someone being able to kind of hook you into a fantasy. It feels like there's some time that needs to happen. Instead of being hooked into a fantasy, yes, oh my gosh, this is great. Take it, like pumping the brakes is what I'm getting. And seeing if they can deliver on that fantasy. If they can take action consistently and over time, not just a show in the 3D, but actually consistently show that they know the connection between fantasy and reality, and the work and the action, the discipline, consistent action that it takes. And honestly, I was in this energy in the past. I was very good. I'm still very good at imagining energies. But in the past, I didn't understand how to take action until I learned following my highest excitement. And without any attachment to outcome, doing the action for the joy of it. And it's worked. So, all right. It looks like you're recognizing this world card. There's expansion. And you're needing to, it feels like, learn this lesson so you can, so you're not the one doing all the work and all the labor. Three of Pentacles in reverse is my card for one person doing the whole group project. And you're done doing all the labor of working with people, connecting with people that can imagine, but they don't know how to put the work in consistently to take action, to make things work. Okay, it feels like this person, there's an emotional immaturity or a woundedness that they haven't healed from. They're King of Cups in reverse. And I kept saying there's a lot of water, a lot of emotions. I feel like this person might be in their unhealed woundedness. Now, since I called myself out and said that I've been on the other side of this. Yeah, I was too watery too. All dreams, all fantasies, but all wounds, easily to manipulate me through my emotions in the past because I was unhealed in my wounds, and I couldn't deliver on what I said I could. My energy would just collapse. I would overpromise because I would just get in that space and I could imagine amazing. But I couldn't figure out how to slowly pull just take a step each time and pace myself, find discipline, take action, learn how to bring that in. And so it feels like this person might have some emotions, some woundedness that needs to be healed. Not by you. You're not their medicine. And then Six of Wands in reverse, public humiliation. I'm getting a big shame vibe off this person. It feels like they're embarrassed that they can't deliver. They don't know how. Oh, I was too. I overpromised, under-delivered in the past. This is important lessons. I think I had a much more, I know I did, telling myself again, a victim mentality, a story that was going on, and that shame was making it difficult for me to address and see myself clearly and honestly. And instead of shame, I projected blame back to whoever was trying to work with me. Yeah, not a good look at all. But, we make mistakes and hopefully learn from them, learn discernment. So, all right. Okay. Ace of Swords reverse, Five of Wands, Nine of Wands. The Ace of Swords in reverse feels like what I just admitted, that, I knew I couldn't do this, I thought I could, but I collapsed, and I was just under, because of my woundedness, because of the shame, instead of healing the woundedness, I was stuck in a repetitive cycle of blame. And so this person too might be blaming everybody around them other than themselves as a form of protecting themselves. But it feels like this person would argue and they just don't know how to put in the work, the effort. Can this person affect It looks like you're protected from this. Yeah, you're protected from any retribution. Just stay protected. Stay with you and your higher self. Feels like this is an important lesson. So, all right, I hope those messages are helpful. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day.